So what are some factors that can address or affect the way that the healing time for you to expect? So everyone comes in, and one of the questions that's always commonly asked is, well, how long is this going to take? And there's definitely a lot of factors that go into an answer to that question. We'll go over a few of those. There's, like I said, I'm not going to go over everything, but we'll go over some research that can affect that number for you to give you kind of a rough idea of what to expect and how long this is going to be. So first off, there's one big aspect is what is actually injured. Some things in the body tend to heal faster than others. For example, like there's certain bones even in the wrist that if they break, they sometimes don't heal at all, and because there's just poor blood flow. So every area has a little different healing time just due to the fact of what we want to happen is we want blood flow to come to the area. So the tissue is a big factor. Another big factor would be how long have you had this injury? So if this is I've had it for just a couple days, you tend to, and start to get treatment, you tend to get better a lot faster. Versus if you've had this for 5-10 years, you've created compensation patterns that kind of move you around the problem, and now you're going to have to try and fix those and go back and change that. So how long you've had the injury is another factor. Severity of the injury is definitely a concern. That kind of goes back to what you injure in the tissue. But if you're in a 1 out of 10 pain versus a 10 out of 10 pain, typically the more pain there is, the longer it's going to take to heal. Pretty normal there. Another big factor is compliance with treatment. With any sort of conservative treatment or moving, like physical treatment, like a physical therapy, massage, chiropractor, acupuncture, anything like that is going to take more than one treatment to get better. And if you're consistent with that treatment, you tend to get better a lot faster. A lot of the research, same studies, they've talked about people that are coming in more at a higher rate tend to get better 2 to 3 times faster than those who are going maybe once or twice, or once a week, or even just going in to check on things. So you definitely can get better a lot faster if you're consistent with the treatment and the exercises that you're to try and get better faster. And then it also depends on the individual. So that last factor being like age, or having injured the area before, or previous pathology like a cancer or health history, stuff like that, kind of things that can affect each individual as well will affect the healing process. So those are some factors. There's definitely a lot more, but those are some of the big ones that I go over with people to kind of create an idea of what to expect. Realistically, if you're expecting to get over like an ankle sprain in 2-3 days, I wouldn't hold my breath on it, but depends on some of these factors. Maybe it wasn't as severe. You've never done it before. It just happened. Stuff like that. We can be able to get things to move a lot faster. But being able to have a realistic expectation of what is actually the improvements that can be made, and that way that both you and the practitioner are on the same page on, okay, if we work together on this, we can be able to get better faster and get back to skiing, biking, hiking, whatever the case may be, but getting back to activity and back to the things that you love. So keep that in mind as you're trying to kind of gauge what to expect with this. And feel free to ask your provider, whoever that may be, what to expect, how long this is going to be, and maybe kind of the timeline that you should expect through all this, because that way you get on a better plane with what's going on. And again, the research supports that if you are compliant with your treatment and on board with what's actually going on, you actually tend to heal up faster, being that you're part of the process as well. So it's going to help you to know what's going on. And then unfortunately, the likelihood of this happening again is higher for you than if someone who hasn't done this. And so it gets you ready. So in case this does happen, you know what to do all over again, because sometimes it's the same story, just different time. So hopefully that helps, gives you kind of an idea of what to expect with different factors on healing. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm Dr. Darren Howarth with Summit to Shore Chiropractic. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.